Hello, online crew. Let's talk about Threads. Let's talk about all things Threads. Now, Threads is a brand new platform that only got released last week. It's not been out for very long at all, but it's all the talk. It's all the rage. Everybody's talking about it. People are confused about it. Some people are very skeptical about it. Some people are loving it. So let's have a chat about all things Threads and my sort of perception of it so far. I am not claiming to be an expert by any means on this platform. I think if anyone is only a week in, they're kidding themselves, because we need to watch and learn and evaluate for now. But I've done a lot of research on it. I've looked around. I've listened to a lot of people talking about it. I'm on the platform myself. I want to share with you what I'm observing and maybe some recommendations of how to use it initially. I do think the platform will change, but let's sort of have a little chat about what we're seeing kind of now with how people are using it, and what some of the people that are more au fait with it a week down the track, what they're recommending to use it for. Okay, so some of you are completely clueless to what this is, so we're going to start from scratch, and I'm going to share some information with you about this platform, what it is, what are there is one major downfall to this platform, which if you're not aware what that is, I will share that in this video. So you really need to be aware of this major downfall with it if you go and sort of create an account. So it's always important to look at the pros and the cons, and you can make your own decision as to whether you think this is a platform that you want to play on or not. Like any decision with any new platform, we do see platforms obviously come and go. I don't think this one's going to go anywhere, for a reason I'll tell you sort of in a moment. So if you're joining me live, please let me know you're here. Say hello. If you're catching the replay, also say hello. If we haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain of our amazing online crew here, where I help social sellers, serious social sellers, like you're serious about building your business online and you need social media systems. So that's what I specialize in. So the other thing that's really important to me with my business is to build as a human before a marketer. So if that's your motto, if that's how you want to build your business, then you're in the right place. So let's get into it. Good morning, Faye. Good morning, Cherie. Good morning, Merla. Merla's clueless. Who else is clueless? I'd love to know. Who else is clueless? Admit it. You're allowed to be clueless 1 week in from a new platform. That's completely fine. I wouldn't expect you to know much about Threads or how it operates or anything like that. That's what you got people like me for, to tune into, to teach you these things. Good morning to our Facebook users. That just means you're watching from my group. So if you know you've said hello and I can't see your name, just click the StreamYard link at the bottom of the description of my live if you're watching from my group, so I can see who you are. But good morning to you in your part of the world. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say about it. Awesome. Barb's also clueless. Okay, so after this video, you will be more informed. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you on. Jen, thank you for your lovely comment there. Okay, so let's get into it. What do you feel about Threads? Is your immediate thought, so this was my immediate thought, and I'm sure you can share this with me, not another platform. Was that something that's kind of rings true to you? Certainly for me. I'm really busy. I've got 11 streams of income. I'm here, there, and everywhere. I've got groups. I've got pages. I'm on different platforms. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Like all the things. And it's like the thought of another platform. It's like, oh no, I can't keep up with things as is. So I'm sure some of you can kind of relate to that. Is it going to be a distraction, or is it actually going to be worth your while? That's what we need to kind of evaluate and assess, and only you can make that decision. I'm just going to share with you some things that I've learned and I'm hearing and I'm seeing, and you can make your own decision. I am not here to sway you either way to be on the platform or not. Everybody has to make their own sort of decision about it. But here's, a couple of interesting things. It's on its way. We are like 1 week in. Exactly 1 week in. I think I joined on the second day, which was 6 days ago. I created an account. So the second day. It's already on its way. It may have even surpassed it by now. I'm not sure, since when was this stat out? Yesterday or the day before? It's already on its way to 100 million users. Did you catch that? 100 million users. 30 million people signed up on the very first day. 30 million people signed up on the first day. So why is that? The reason why this is a little bit different, so July 5th was when it was launched, to be exact, okay? So July 5th was launch date. The reason why this one's a little bit different is because it's an extension of Instagram. It's not a brand new platform as such. It's not like Clubhouse was a separate platform. TikTok is a separate platform. Snapchat is a separate platform. Threads is attached to Instagram. And again, I said there's one major downfall, which I'll get to, that you need to be aware of if you do go on this platform. Okay, some of you might already be on the platform and you don't even know this. So stay with me, okay? So it is different in that everybody that's already on Instagram, it's just kind of a natural extension of being on Instagram to be on Threads. So it's obviously Zuckerberg, it's part of his platform, it's an extension of the Instagram platform. So that's why it's the uptake of it is so popular and you're hearing so much about it. But there is some controversy around it and people are worried about privacy, as they are, you know, all the controversy around TikTok over the last few months and their privacy. It's not available in Europe because of their legislation around privacy. So that triggers a whole lot of concerns for people. Well, if it's not being approved over there, what's wrong with it? Are they getting all my information? You know, so people panic a little bit about the security side of it and how much information they're gathering. So again, everybody's got their own thoughts about that, and that's individual to you as to whether that concerns you, you know, or not. Okay. So it's obviously a new app though. It's built by the Instagram team and it's mainly for sharing text updates. And that's mainly what people are doing, but watch that space. It's really for having more conversations. It's not like, I know a lot of people in this space are talking about, well, if I can repurpose my content, then I'll go on the platform. You could actually use Threads for a completely different purpose and take advantage of that and use it as an opportunity. If you just see it as an opportunity to repurpose your content, that's not a bad thing. It could be done. But there are opportunities potentially, and we're only a week in, so I'm not going to make any outlandish statements about what you should do or shouldn't do. I'm just sharing with you what the opportunities are. So there are people that are using it as an opportunity to be more conversational, be more real, be more genuine, and have conversations, which is what the platform is intended to do. So some of you may have heard in the headlines and the guidelines about this platform that it's competing with Twitter. So who's on Twitter? Anybody on Twitter? Use Twitter? Was on Twitter? Not on Twitter anymore? Don't care about Twitter? Never used Twitter? Let me know. So it's kind of competing with Elon Musk's Twitter in that its intention is to be more conversational based, more text based. But you can upload photos. You can, use video up to 5 minutes. Okay, but it's so, and people can share their reels. Although, you know, at this point in time, I wouldn't recommend people do that. It's not what the platform's really for, but I'm sure it will grow into that. So over the last week, people are using it to have conversations. People are asking questions. Some people have gone straight on business and they're just repurposing and they're having business conversations. Other people are using it as, well, let's just play. Let's just play and make a post here or there and ask a question and see how we go and talk to some people. And, you know, you might test and evaluate, do I have time for that? Do I want to do that? Do I want to play here? Do I not? Do I not have the time for that? That's, you know, personal choice. But I'm giving you sort of some information on what the intention of the platform, you know, really is for. Okay. So to create an account, if you haven't already, you go to your Instagram account. Or you can just download Threads. So go to your app store, look for the Threads logo, and then just download the app. But you can do it through Instagram as well. How you know somebody is on Threads, and I can't show you physically because I'm actually on my phone live on Instagram at the moment. But if you go to my Instagram profile you'll see the Threads logo with a whole lot of numbers. That's how you know I'm on Threads. So if you go to somebody's Instagram profile and you see underneath their normal links, their bio, I can't exactly remember where it sits, but it's like the Threads kind of logo and just some numbers that don't make sense. I know if I go to somebody's Instagram profile and see that, I know they're on Threads. And I'll also know if I go to an Instagram profile and I can't see that, they're not on Threads yet. So you can actually tell who's on Threads or not by looking at their Instagram. Okay? Hold that thought for the major downfall, though. Okay? So posts can be up to 500 characters long. They can include links. They can include photos, and they can include videos up to 5 minutes in length. Okay? So you log into your Instagram. You use your Instagram username. Your Instagram username and verification will carry over to Threads. So you need to be an Instagram user to be on Threads, okay? And it will carry over your same username and your information over to Thread. It'll do that when you create the account straight away. I think what I did is went to the App Store and downloaded the app, and then it just connects with your Instagram when you start pushing your buttons. It was super simple. Just follow the prompts. But you can customize your profile. You can write what you want in your bio. You could change your bio. It doesn't pick up exactly from Instagram. You can make it what you want on Threads. You could have a different strategy on Threads. You could have a different branding on Threads. You could do whatever you want with it. So it doesn't mean that because you've got an Instagram account, you need to have the same kind of branding or the same kind of messages. You don't, okay? Anyone that's under 16 will be defaulted to a private profile. So any of you that have got kids that have created an account, they will automatically default to a private profile until they're 18. It is only available in certain countries. It's available in all countries except European countries because of their legislation around privacy issues. So they're not allowing the platform in those countries. I think somewhere here I've listed the countries. I'll get back to that. So the intention of Threads is to enable positive, productive conversations. You can control who you mention, who can mention you or reply in your threads. So think of if you've got any kind of concept of Twitter, they call things tweets. In Threads, they're calling it a thread. A conversation is called a thread. In Twitter, it's called a tweet. In Threads, it's called a thread. So a thread is a conversation. Okay, so there's new lingo that we have to get used to with this platform. So a lot of the features are the same. Like on Instagram, you can add hidden words to filter out replies or things that you don't want to see. You can unfollow, you can block people, you can restrict or report a profile on Threads by tapping on the 3 dots of the menu. And any accounts you've blocked on Instagram will automatically be blocked on Threads, okay? When I created my account and went on Threads, the first initial prompts that it took me through, it asked me, do you want to follow everyone on Instagram? Do you want to follow everyone in Threads that you're following on Instagram? And it pulls up all the names of the people that you're following. So you can pick and choose if you like. I just ticked them all. I just ticked them all and said, yep, I'm going to follow everybody in Threads that I'm following on Instagram. So I just kept it easy. But you can pick and choose who it is that you want to follow on Threads, okay? So to clarify, each discussion is called a thread. So you post a thread. When you post something, you just go and post some wording or a question or something like that. It's called a thread. A post is an individual element within a thread. And some people are referring to it as threading or stitching. So new lingo, guys, new platform, new lingo. So a post in an individual element within a thread, so a post within a thread is supposedly threading or stitching, okay? You'll be so much wiser after learning this from this video. A shared thread is called a repost, not a rethread. So if you share a thread, it's called a repost. And you can share, sharing someone else's post is a quote thread. You're following along? Okay, I wouldn't really worry about lingo and things like that. If you just if you choose to be on the platform, then you'll get used to those kind of things. So it is currently available in 100 countries, not European countries, due to regulations. It's banned in China, Iran, Russia, North Korea, under the government censorship rules at the moment. So tweets are if you compare with Twitter, tweets are threads, retweets are reposts, and posts are 500 characters on Twitter. A tweet is 280 characters. Okay, just to sort of spell out the difference if you're a Twitter person. Anyone a Twitter person? Yes, I was on Twitter but don't use it much. No more Twitter, been off it for years. Not on Twitter, never been on. I'm not sure I want another platform. We will see. And so just stay with me for a sec. I just want to give you some recommendations about how to use it. Okay. Do you log in with your Instagram? So just download the Threads app from your app store, Cherie, and it'll ask you to log in and it'll connect via your Instagram. Okay. So just follow that. Okay. So its popularity is definitely because it's leveraging an existing platform. It's not like a brand new platform in its own right. It's leveraging off Instagram. So that's why there's so much discussion about it. It's very much like Twitter. So the whole Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk rivalry, there's lots of articles about that. So it's never really been seen before. And some people are predicting that, maybe even YouTube will follow with something like this, and watch the platform in time if you choose to use it, because I think it'll evolve and change. Like, we're 7 days in. We've got to really just play with it for a little bit. But here's the interesting thing that people are sharing with it. You would think in the marketing world that people would say, and I mentioned this just earlier, if I can repurpose my content, then I may use the platform, okay? People are initially saying no to business. So, people that are known marketing gurus are putting questions out. Do you want to use Threads for business or personal or proper conversations? Or, what do you think you'll use this platform for? A lot of people are saying, I don't want no to business. Don't flood it with all the business stuff. What's the point if we're already seeing all of that on Instagram? What's the point in seeing all the same content over on Threads? Let's be real people. Let's have real conversations. Let's connect with, other like-minded human beings and create relationships that way. So rapport building, connecting with a new audience, sharing thoughts, having conversations. If you limit your time and you're structured with this and you're disciplined within a time frame, that could work quite well. So that's what people are sort of sharing at the moment. No, they're screaming out no to business. But if you scroll through the thread, definitely people are going very business straight away. So you gauge it. You sit there for a while, you make a few posts, you have a look around, and then you make your own evaluation. Okay. But it's really allowing people's real thoughts, real personalities, full transparency as to people who really are, and making genuine connections. That's the intention. Okay. You can play and you choose. At the moment, there's no real rules. So even though some people are screaming out and go, no, I don't want to use it for business. Don't use it for business. Don't bombard us with business stuff. Do not repurpose your reels. We can see them on Instagram. Get them off here. Let's just use it for what it's intended, having conversations, having real conversations. So there's no real rules at the moment. There's no real trends at the moment. And people aren't using hashtags either. Watch that space. So trends will probably pop up. Business angles will pop up. Probably hashtags will probably come. And people will probably start repurposing all their reels and flood the feed. So who knows? Watch that space, okay? What I would recommend from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing is just give it a go and play, because it is popular. But here's the major downfall, okay? I've got to share this with you in case you're unaware. So make a decision as to whether you want to play. And I've got, just stay with me, I've got some more recommendations here as to how to use the platform. But if you choose to download the app and have a play, here's a major downfall that you can't get around. Apparently they're working on a solution. But once you download the app and you start playing, if you choose to get out and you want to delete Threads, it will delete your Instagram account. That's a major downfall. Okay, apparently they're working on a solution to separate the two. But if you've already created a Threads account and you've decided not to use it, then just don't delete the app. Just don't go into it. Don't use it. It is a separate app. It's a separate thread. Some people, how you get back into it. So I was talking about my sister with this on the weekend. She was going into the Threads app and having a look around. I was just going to my Instagram and clicking on, you know, that little symbol that I shared with you. You can tell when somebody's on Threads because underneath the top of my bio, it's got the symbol and the numbers. If I click on that, it takes me straight to Threads. I don't need to go to the Threads app to see Threads. I can go to my Instagram account, click on that little icon at the top of my Instagram account, and it'll take me straight to Threads. So that's how I've been using it. Whereas my sister was going, you know, straight to the Threads app. Neither is right or wrong. It doesn't matter. But if you delete Threads, it will delete your Instagram account. So you've got to be aware of that. So one, make a decision whether you're going to create the account in the first place. If you've already created the account or you've decided to go and have a play, just don't delete it until they come up with a solution to separate the two. Okay? So right now it's super basic. I would recommend, unless you're all caught up in privacy and, you know, you've got issues around, you know, that, to me, it's no different to other platforms. They've got, Instagram's got as much information on you as they want anyway. What's the difference going to be with Threads? You know, there are other platforms banned in other countries for the same reason that we still have here that you're on. TikTok's probably got all your information. Facebook's probably got all your information. You know, at individual choice. I'm not here to tell you what to do or not what to do or go on the platform or not go on the platform. You know, your individual views are yours when it comes to privacy. But if you choose to use it, just go on and play. There's no real rules at the moment, but just go on. And my recommendation and what I'm trying to do is just one post a day. Just go in there, have a look around, communicate with some people, and just ask a question. And then see what happens, see if it provokes, you know, some conversation, meeting new people, building some relationships. But I'm being very structured with it because that's all the time I've got for it. So I go on, I have a little look, I have a little scroll, I'll make a post. You know, I'll interact with anybody that interacts with my post and whatever. But that's all I'm really using it for. Some people that are, you know, on social media a lot, they're going all in. They're going 15, 20 posts a day. They're flooding it because they're testing it. Okay, test to, you know, what you desire. But probably just, you know, a time limit, 15 minutes a day, one post, just say something inspirational or ask a question or whatever and see how you like the platform or don't. Okay, and just gauge what other people are posting. The dynamics will change over time. We're only 1 week in. So this is kind of how we're seeing it at the moment. It's more conversational. That's the intention of it. Build relationships, have a look around. But you don't feel like you have to go full business. If anything, at the moment, people are not wanting that. So let's see. It hasn't even been promoted yet to Meta audiences in total, or even WhatsApp audiences. So there is still lots of people that are not on this platform. So it's probably going to go nuts. The more nuts it is, the more flooded it's going to get, and then how beneficial it's going to be, who knows? But if you're happy to go and play, just go and play. But I do believe this app is going to be massive. It already is. So what was it? What was my stat before? It's on its way to 100 million users and hasn't even been promoted to all the Meta suite people or WhatsApp users. So watch that space. Okay, the more people that are on, the harder it's obviously going to be to get discovered. So watch that space. It is your opportunity to create your own magic. Be you, be authentic, be transparent, be who you want to be. Seriously, just be who you want to be. Say what you want to say. You know, brand yourself if you want to, but you don't have to. There are opportunities with this platform if you want to take them. So what I recommend. So you can build your strategy in real time. Just go and play. And if you feel like you need to go business and repurpose content, then you'll build that out over time. So you can actually literally build your strategy the longer you start using the platform. Just get on and have a play around if you choose to. Okay. So what I recommend you do, download Threads if you want to. Start following people. So that'll give you a prompt when you first download the app as to who you want to follow. So follow people, love on people every day, comment, every day on a few. Don't go nuts. Don't let it overrule your world. Don't get caught in another social media platform, but maybe post once a day. And definitely comment and reply to people that comment on yours. You could repost some things from other people that inspire you. You could share some posts from other people that inspire you. Those are the kind of things that you can just sort of have a play around with. If you post a lot, then you can evaluate. So if you're only posting once a day, like the more you post, the more multiple times you post a day, then you can evaluate, okay, what are people engaging with? What do people like here? You might have a mixture of being conversational and repurposing some content. It's like, oh, people really don't want business here. I repurposed something here and nobody engaged with that. I asked a question and I got more engagement here. So this is how I'm going to play out this platform for now. And then as you get used to the platform and more people get on it, and strategies and trends will come. Okay, so is that helpful just to get you started as to what Threads really is, what it's for, how you get on it, but knowing if you do get on it, you can't kind of get off it without deleting your Instagram account if you want to. So you just need, let it sit there. I've only put a few posts up in the last sort of week. I'm just playing around with it, but I'm definitely being more conversational. I've not gone business as yet. But I just hope that gives you, for those of you that are clueless, does that give you just a little bit of information as to what it is, what it's for, why it's so popular, maybe how to navigate it, how to use it, the lingo around it? Does that just give you a little bit more of an insight than being totally, clueless as you might were? I'm definitely there. I'm playing around. I'll post, something once a day or thereabouts. I'm not taking it too seriously. I'm not wasting a lot of time on it, but I'm definitely watching it. So if you decide to go on it, just have discipline with it and watch and learn. Okay. So I hope that is helpful to you. Okay. Thank you. Yes, it does. Thanks for the info. And I can see you, Monica. So the StreamYard link works this time. I can actually see you. Yes, thanks, Helen. It is very helpful. Thank you. Love this information. Thanks, Stephanie. Appreciate the feedback there. So I'm going to leave it there. I have to get in my car, drive to the airport and get on a plane. So I have to run. I'm not going live tomorrow like I normally would, unless I go live off the cuff as to where I am. I'm going to a company retreat and conference, and I've got to get on my way. Hence why I'm 2 hours earlier live. So hello to those of you that catch the replay that weren't aware of that. But I hope this information was helpful to you. I will see you again next week. I'll put some photos up of my trip from today and over the weekend. And I hope that's just given you a little bit of insight as to what Threads is all about, so you can make a decision as to whether you want to play or not. Okay. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you soon. Bye.